Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wayward Dreams, and there is totally not enough coffee for me this morning. I'm back with another art trade. This one, strangely enough, I actually had recorded before Zephyriah, but Evangellos had asked for a little extra time. So, seeing as I have obliged him, we're going to release this now. Jokingly, we have called this the blue-haired bitch trade because both of our original characters have blue hair. Mine was Cypher Cat that I gave him. Obviously, she's like a cyberpunk Nico girl sort of a thing. And he, like Zephyriah, was not really comfortable with doing a human character. So again, I let him turn her into an actual cat. And I took his shark lady, Hannah. She has some really awesome like cybertech weapons and alternate outfits and all sorts of cool stuff. I just want to highlight really fast before we get into anything major just how organized most every person from the furry community I've ever seen or worked with is. They've got like this amazing reference sheet material that they put together for all of their characters, and they have it down to where like they've got all of their alternate clothing, they've got alternate colors, they've got a palette off to the side, they have their weapons, their names, their backstories, all of it. I mean, these guys are like 2 steps from being video game concept artists, if they had the interest in pulling that off. So it's been really delightful to work with them, and honestly, I wish I was as organized. I'm really not. I'm kind of like really painty, splattery. So they didn't have much of a palette to work from. They just had to kind of jump in the water and swim, as it were. So they got kind of a mess from me, and I got this comprehensive sheet from them, and it's amazing. The awesome thing about my friend Evangellos is that while it's been quite a stigma for a while that the furry community is all about the porn, he has some of the best artwork I've ever seen that is like really emotive, tells a story, has really comprehensive backgrounds, and I can remember a time that he didn't have backgrounds, so this has really put his art up and over the edge as far as a furry artist goes, an anthro artist, as it were. That's actually kind of one of the things I wanted to touch on today, is the stigma that seems to surround a lot of these furry people. And I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying that I know that there are weirdos in every community, and I don't even think that I have to mention that really. But every time I delve into a situation like this, where there's a community with a large amount of rumor or a large like stamp placed on their foreheads, I have to kind of start with, look, there are weirdos. Yes, there are. But the ones that I have met have been absolutely the sweetest people to work with. They've all emphatically said to me at one point or another that it's not that they find dog ass attractive at all. I know there was a controversy going on about that for a while, but I'm not even going to talk about it. It's too gross. But the furries that I know simply have an alter ego that, like the rest of us, tends to be either what they would like to be or is more, powerful in a way, or just lives in a universe with separate rules. And this is kind of how they view themselves in another way. And if that seems weird to you, hang on, I'm going to break this down because humanity has been doing this forever. I can't think of a single civilization or a single real time that humans have not been fascinated with the idea of a spirit totem or a spirit animal. I think that's because there are a lot of characteristics about animals that humans tend to either relate to or want to be more like. And some of that is because animals can do things that we can't do, but the relation of the personality kind of comes in when you consider the qualities that each animal has, and it's as varied as there are humans in the world. So if you think about it just right, like the Egyptians were the biggest furries ever. They literally worshipped all these people with animal heads on. The Mayans had their version, the Japanese have their version, Chinese have their version, Hindu have their version. Native Americans have their version. We all have seemed to unite under this banner that humankind and animal kind are not necessarily fused, but they do bear an interesting relationship with each other. And so if we fast forward into like the 80s and the 90s, when we started really being able to take hold of cartooning, and a lot of people seemed to be very fascinated with these stories of these anthropomorphized animals, it seems like a natural progression for me that a lot of people that had grown up watching Thundercats or DuckTales or Disney movies, Don Bluth movies, all of these things pretty much formed a foundation for us to have an anthropomorphized alter ego, as it were, and for us to design something that seems to fit us personally. So what I'll say about the area in which there is a lot of porn is that I don't know a single fandom that doesn't have it. A lot of furry types do seem to be focused on it, but the artists themselves, usually the ones that I have met, they start out in the adult and not safe for work sector, trying to get viewers, trying to get some sort of an online presence momentum. And generally speaking, they start to get bored of it and they want to tell a story. And that's one of the coolest things about Evangellos' artwork here, is that this is actually a character from a story that he's making. And I hope to be able to share that with you when it comes out. But he's very focused on trying to storytell and try and to master emotive art and work on things that don't necessarily have anything to do with like adult artwork. And that road is really hard for a lot of people that are furry inclined, I suppose, because you start out with a decent amount of viewers that keep coming back, and then once you drop a lot of the not safe for work stuff, your viewers tend to drop off. And I really believe that's not fair, because as they've done this though, their work, their style seems to really, really improve. Everything about it improves, they just don't have private parts in it, and I think that's a real shame. So if you ever want to know what you can do to help out people in any sort of an art community, I'd really encourage you guys to go and like check out and see what kind of stuff is out there that isn't not safe for work, and give props to that stuff, lift that up, because a lot of people start out in that industry and then as they mature, they want something more with their art. That's true with the anime art community as well, and all sorts of other things. Pretty much every fandom has it, and every fandom also has the renegade artists that refuse to fall into that trap, or, you know, when they do, it's by their choice, but it's not their focus. So when you follow an artist, it's really best if you stay active in the feeds that they're putting out, like especially if you comment. Comments are like gold to us, especially when you've got jerks that are like, well, where's the naked stuff? You know, stand up, say something. These guys deserve praise for their skill, not necessarily just their subject matter. So please, if you see an artist that does really good work and it just happens to not be naked porn, please leave them something nice in the comments. Please encourage them, because it really is hard to break out of that world and into the world of trying to storytell. It's really, really important for us to know that we've done something that you appreciate. It gives us the strength to keep going, and so that we can keep making beautiful things for you. So now I'm going to show you the two finished pieces side by side, and I think it's really awesome. I think Evangellos really blew me out of the water on this one. His background is absolutely incredible. The level of detail he always puts into his work is just mind-blowing. And I'm going to leave links for you so that you can check him out down below. Please go and give the guy love. He's done some amazing work. And if you're still here after this long, the raffle is still going on, so just share this video or any of my videos with the hashtag wayward100 giveaway, and you'll have a chance for a free canvas at the end of all of this once we reach 100 subscribers. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a trade with another artist. If you are another artist, let me know if you would like to trade with me. I would love to do a video with you, and I would love to share more artists' work out there, because this is the support that we have. is each other. So if you are an artist, please, please, please don't hesitate to contact me. I would love to hear from you. We'll see you next time.